How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another one-on-one, people. It's been, what, a couple weeks since the last one, I believe. Can't really remember when the last one was, but it wasn't too long ago. But we're back. Last time I had to do a one-on-one. I say had to. I mean, the community likes me to talk about relevant matters. And I think in the January transfer window, there's a lot of relevant matters that need discussing, whether they're rumours, whether there are other clubs going for players that we should be going for, whether our manager is again in the press conference saying things that I'm not too over the moon about. That's probably the best way to put it. But hit that like button, people. Hit that like button. Big up the biscuit as well. I want to listen. Biscuit companies, shout me. I've got something here. Biscuit companies, shout me. McVitie's, Fox's, Maryland, whoever. I like them Keebler M&M American cookies. I can't lie to you. It's hard to get them in the UK, but them ones bang. But biscuit companies, we've got something here. Come show me some love. Come show me some. Look, I'm always drinking tea as well. I've just done the Flexing KG show, so the cuppa's done. Imagine biscuit companies. I've got a biscuit, and you got to be inclusive. You got to be inclusive. Dip that biscuit in. Come on, man. Imagine doing a promo and there's no biscuit brand to promo. But don't worry about that, people. Don't worry about that, because guess what? You see this code here? I say code. It's a QR code. Scan it. Scan it. Light work. Pick up your phone. Point it to the screen. Rah. Look at that. Smashed up. But this still works. You point it to the screen. You scan it. And it takes you to a website. Exclusive offer. Turkish LDN. Show them some love. Big up Proton. You already know what they're about. They're showing this channel hella love. So you must be showing them love too. If you haven't shown them love yet, go show them love now. Protect yourself. Keep your data secure. All of that stuff. And like I said, it also hides your IP in case you do want to put some abuse in the comment section. Word of advice, protect your IP. But, on a more positive note, go show Proton some love, people. Link in the description, link pinned in the live chat as well. And it will be pinned in the comment section after. You know what they're about. Everyone needs a VPN. Hella servers, over 8,500, available in over 115 countries. They can't let you down. They can't let you down. And I know a lot of people have already got VPNs. Don't worry, man. Cancel that subscription. Light work. Go show Proton some love. And we move. And by we move, I mean, we move back into something I can't really put a positive spin on. 700 people in the building. Hit that like button. Hit that like button immediately. Let's get the likes up. Can't ask for 1,000 yet. There's not 1,000 in the building, but I can ask for 500. I think that's fair. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. I've got the... Who was it early on? Someone said, did you see the quotes from Mikel press conference? That's it, Viggs. Big up Viggs. He said, not sure whether you watched Teta's presser, but from Teta's comments about, quote, difficulty getting the correct profile in this market, we are signing nobody. He is a mouthpiece of the Kroenke's clown. Now, I didn't know. I'm not one that... I know what the club's about. Aside from the football matches, outside of the football matches, I try not to invest in Twitter and all the headlines and rumors, whether it's transfer related or not, and breaking stuff and all that. The press conferences, I don't. Once upon a time, I used to watch them because maybe I was naive, but I mean, maybe from now, if you're still a fan of press conferences, go and watch them. Go and see the quality of questions. Go and see the embargo on a certain, level of questioning that, and this ain't just for Arsenal, Arteta, this just across the board, certain level of questioning that's unacceptable. So I just thought to myself, why am I watching this? Why am I watching this? Doesn't make no sense. But yeah, someone highlighted it, so I went on the Arsenal website and I can see there that every word has been noted down. So I'm gonna quickly skim through it. The quote there from Viggs obviously drew my attention because it's very relevant. In my opinion, it's very relevant. But what's also relevant is we're 10 days into the January transfer window, and guess what? My hope, you might call it hope, you might call it whatever you want to call it. I didn't believe they would. It was more a demand, a hope, a request. I don't know. But who am I? I guess I'm just one fan. But hella fans wanted the same thing. I'm saying hella a lot. Where did I get that from? I don't know where I got it from, but it works. It works. I saw one comment saying, "Why do you keep on saying hello?" I don't know either, but here we are. It works. At least I'm using it in the right way. Now we've got 1,000 people in the building. Hit that like button, people. Hit that like button. But yeah, 10 days in, and where did I say it? Did I say it on Big Six yesterday? There's nowhere to hide. I think I said it on Big Six yesterday. This is a window, and I said it in my match reaction after, not the last one, but the one before that. I think it's Brighton. I said the window is delicious. You see, can you hear the S there? Delicious, because it's a fucking proper mic. But we move. Biscuit Company still shout me. I'll use a dodgy mic if I need to, mate. I called the window delicious, and that was before. That would be Kvaratskhelia becomes. Do you know what that's like? Imagine you're in a restaurant, yeah, you're just at the table, yeah, and you're just chilling. You open the menu, you know, you've been told that this restaurant doesn't really have the options during the winter period because their preferred vegetables, are more ripe in the summer. That's what you're told going to. But you say, I'm gonna go to it. You open the menu and you see some foods, you see some desserts, you see some drinks, you see a hell of a lot of good options. Yeah, you're scanning these options, you're looking at them. Oof, do I want this or do I want this? You know what Kvaratskhelia was like, the chef coming out and saying, yo, attention people, quickly, I just got a delivery of oxtail, fresh oxtail. It's not on the menu, but I've got a delivery, so if you want it, just let the waiter or waitress know. And you're like, right, come on, chef, close that menu up. That one there, I'll take what he said twice. Yeah, I'll take what he said twice. Rice and peas, maybe split some of it, put it in the takeaway dish because we're gonna eat. Delicious window. You've just added something to the menu that just came out of nowhere. That's what Kvaratskhelia is like. Because I was mentioning Gyökeres, I was mentioning Osimhen, I was mentioning Lookman, I was mentioning Williams, I was mentioning Arda Güler, potentially Brahim Diaz on loan. No one thought Kvaratskhelia was available. I'm on Kvaratskhelia right now, people. I know it has an impact on other players like Barcola or whatever, but I'm just talking about this scenario because whether you think like Munir Kvara is a scrub, which he's definitely not a scrub, and if he's a scrub, then we've got about 4 scrubs, right? So scrub for scrub, it ain't looking good. Regardless, I don't know what you mean by he's a scrub. Like, when you consider what we've got, he's a definite improvement. He's a definite option that, in my opinion, we don't have. But that aside, it's not like I'm saying he is the one. I'm just saying if the chef comes out and says oxtail, it's another option. It's another option you didn't have 10 minutes ago. Whether you want to get a double dose or whether you want to leave it and stick what's on the menu, there's still delicious items on this menu. But why? Why are we not linked to any delicious items? Even the Rashford link. I mean, I'm not one to believe Twitter and all that. So I'm not. I said Rashford linked. More to encapsulate the ownership model. More to do that than I actually believe that we've contact. But if you ask me, who are we more likely to get in the window, Rashford, Gyökeres, or Kvaratskhelia? I don't know, Nico Williams? I'd probably say, to be honest with you, brothers, it'll probably be Rashford more likely. So I'm not saying it's out of this world, and I can't believe there's a link. How many times have we done similar nonsense before? I wouldn't be surprised. How can you be surprised, when it's the same shit over and over again? So I'm not saying it's fake, but I'm just giving everyone the feeling of Kvaratskhelia is available, Rashford is linked. Imagine that. Because Gyökeres is available, Rashford is linked. Or I could just say Gyökeres, Lookman, Williams, Kvaratskhelia, Osimhen are available. 10 days into the window, silence. I could say a hell of a lot of things. But here we are. Here we are. Man said Arteta can save him. I don't want to flip 10 minutes in. I'm tired of this saving nonsense. Surely the saving stuff is done. And I know it's tongue-in-cheek. Obviously, the community knows what it is already, but I know it's tongue-in-cheek. If you send a super chat, people, then someone said, Mike, change, please. If you send a super chat, they are saved. Yep, I'm making sure they're saved. And I am looking at the comment section throughout as well. So big up the community. 1.5K in the building as well now. So surely I can ask for 1,000 likes. Still a stretch, but it can be done, as well as scanning the QR code link in the description. Light work, why not? Rashford soon come believe. Every time I hear that word believe, it's just... But yeah, sorry, going off track, daydreaming. The biscuits are not an item on this menu. We're talking delicious right now. I'm sorry, some of the players I mentioned is not quite steak, but not quite biscuits. More the in between, more the... Actually, Gyökeres, you could argue in this climate, in this market, he is a main when you're talking about strikers. Osimhen, you could argue the same too. Wingers, yeah, I mean, the market's scarce for wingers. I don't think there's mains out there, but there's Hummus, there's Judjuk, there's Pide, there's, you know, Meze, there's starters. There's starters that will get you by into the summer where you also need to do more work. So there's a mix of mains and sides going around in the summer, in January, sorry. So I'm sorry, but some of the quotes, again, it's just not very... It's not very... not very good. Baklava, listen, Bo, I can't even get to the dessert with Arsenal because we don't get our mains or our starters. Like, we don't get that. So how are you going to ask me for baklava? I'd love a bit of baklava. In fact, künefe, if you know, you know. If you don't know, next time you're at a Turkish restaurant, ask them if they got künefe. If they don't, unfortunate. If they do, bang it. I can't eat dessert without main. I'm going to feel sick. Who eats dessert for dinner? Iskender. Hey, the chat, no. Big up Waffle TV. Iskender. I'm getting hungry. Künefe is elite. Muna knows. I am about to shut this whole... I love this community. I love this community. Sometimes, maybe I need to do a food show. Maybe I need to retire. Change... This is beautiful, though. You know, the memories on this thing. But maybe I need to have a kitchen in the background and just chef it up. What would you lot think if I took the channel down that direction? Because I am tired. I am honestly tired of talking about the same things over and over again, to the point where obviously things are going to get better than this at this moment in terms of winning games more consistently. At that point, that's when the fans that are quiet now will come at me and say, see, a few weeks ago you were saying this about Arteta, and a few weeks ago it was Kroenke out, and yeah, it's still going to result in nothing because of those few weeks that we had where it was Kroenke out and it was look at the club. Don't people understand this? Don't people understand this? Now, I'm not going to quit, man. Come on, man. I don't know. That's where I'm actually from, K9, in Turkey anyway. Obviously, I'm from North Cyprus too, but yeah. Adana kebab is... to be honest, he said Iskender. Iskender was the original, but I like your Adana, if I'm honest with you, because that mixes my favorite kebab with sauces and bread. This, you man are making me hungry. But yeah, where was we? Are Jaffa cakes biscuits? Nah, bro. Biscuits got a crunch, if I'm honest with you. It's got a crunch. And I think the clue's in the name, Jaffa cake. It's not, it's just... It's a small circular biscuit shaped cake, which is long to say, but yeah, sorry. Swear down, Damia. If you're there in the summer, I'm looking to come probably June. I say come, I'm looking to go back probably June for a couple of weeks. It was actually mad the year before last in North Cyprus, just pulling up at a shop, and people need to understand North Cyprus isn't recognized. It's got brands there, but it hasn't got an abundance of city centers and money. Let's call it like that. But I pulled up at a small shop. I see someone looking at me like, thinking, what's going on there? Just staring. Obviously, in England, like, I get it. Like, you even nod and you understand. In Cyprus, I've never got that. But then he was like, Turkish. Started talking for a little bit. Maybe he's watching. I forgot his name. But maybe he's watching. But he was there for uni as well. So, yeah, it is what it is. Man said North Cyprus is occupied. If you know, you know. If you don't know, that's what you say. Maybe that's for another video. But we do exist. There are Turkish Cypriots. I'm proof of it, right? That's all I'm going to say. But we move into, yeah, the Greek side of Cyprus is lovely as well, RJ. It is lovely as well. Cyprus in general is a lovely island. Obviously the split and the problems historically are, it's sad. Once upon a time, we all lived in harmony, Muslim, Christian, different ideas, and it just all went to the shitter. It all went to the shitter. But yeah, politics, I guess, can do that. Power trips, I guess, can do that. But yeah, at the end of the day, my side of Cyprus, which is even weird to say because my granddad's era, which wasn't too long ago, what, 60, 70 years ago, it was all one. So it was Cyprus. But yeah, it is what it is. Sorry, I'm off topic. Maybe some people are saying, what the hell is this? We're here to talk Rashford. I'd rather not, if I'm honest with you. But politricks, that's a very good play on words, Scott. I can't lie to you, because that's what makes the world go round in the way the world goes round, and that's not going round in a good way, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, politricks, I like that. I like that. Travel show and food show. I've been thinking of that, Mike. I've been thinking of that. To be honest, I might just pull out a camera in Cyprus, and because there's a lot of history there, I might just pull a camera out, looking to go somewhere with the Big Six again. Might do that as well, even though I focus on Big Six there. But why not? Why not? Cheers from Kentucky. Rashi's headed to Barca. Where'd you get that from? Is it? Nah, man. What, you got here? We go to Barca. I don't believe that. What are you man saying? If it's true, yes. Well, you know, couldn't give a shit about Barca. Nah, man. There's nothing there about Rashford. Barca. Here we go, man. AC, Juve, Dortmund as well. Okay, that's good. Stay far away from us, but I'm still going to use Rashford's name here to encapsulate the feeling that there's so many delicious items on this menu, and I got a guy telling me there's nothing here to eat. Are you a liar or what? Because there is nothing else to it. You're lying. There's hella options, and we just don't want to eat for one reason or another. Some people will put it all on Mikel. Some people put it all on Edu. Some people will put it all on the owners, and those people would be correct because they are the ones that determine Edu. They are the ones that determine Mikel, and they determine everything to do with the club. If the club's not performing, they have the right, the power to step in and be like, hold on, 10 days in, yo, these men are all available. You don't want one of them? But the reports coming out is he wants Nico Williams. By he, it's Mikel. And the reports coming out are that the Kroenkes don't want to, you know, let go with a bit of cash. Surprise, surprise. You know, not a surprise to me. Might be a surprise to some. So surprise. Maybe I should have had the poppers. Next time, January the 31st. Come join me live right here. I'm bringing poppers out because we're going to celebrate the signings. We are celebrating January the 31st. Join me, people. Join me. I'm going to decorate this room. I'm going to promise that to you lot now. I'm doing it. That's it. We've got to celebrate, man. Could be another Sterling deadline day. And on Sterling, it's reminding me about the press conference that Mikel had, because some of the things he said makes the Sterling deal look even more bizarre. Would I pay the wages for Nico? Brother, if I had the money to pay the wages for Nico and I'm a football club and I'm a billionaire, then yes. Because anyone that says, would you pay 300k for Williams? Brother, would I pay 275 for Havertz? Ask me that. Or would I pay 250 for Jesus? Ask me that. Or would I pay 170 for Martinelli? Ask me that. Or other play, you could, or 288 a week for Mikel Arteta. There's many other questions you can link, and it's not relevant. Havertz is nearly on 300k, so best believe every good player we try get, their agent's going to be like, that guy's on 275 and that guy ain't great. That's where when you lot all big him up and big up other average players, it doesn't help us in the background. It doesn't. I'm not blaming you, by the way, because there's only so much that we have an effect as fans on the club and the way it moves or what it does. There's only so much, but there is an effect. Without a doubt, there's an effect. We wacka A for Havertz. I'm Yokorez's agent, and I come in and I'm like, Mikel, these men are dancing about Havertz. He's on 275. My guy's going to come in and bag 20 goals for you and win you a Premier League title. He wants 350. And I'm being nice because he's worth more than £75,000 a week in comparison to Havertz. What do you do as a manager? He's just spoken facts. If I don't say so myself, as I play the agent. If I'm now Mikel, I'm here. Probably message Richard Garlick or something, because I'd have nothing to say back. So we play a part here, people. Yeah. When someone's not good enough, I'm not saying boo them and abuse them. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is just calm down. Just calm down. That's all I'm saying. Big up Neds as well, man. Come on. I'm going to get into the super chats. Do you think should I do that now? All right, let me do that now. I was about to say halfway in, 22 minutes in. Let me do some super chats now, and then I'm going to do the press conference stuff. Yeah? Cool. Oh, UFC 211. Islam. What's the 211? When is UFC 211? Oh, what were you talking? You talking about the old? You talking about the old card? Wait, 211? Isn't that 281 or something? What's the next UFC, man? 311. Sorry. That card in general, I'm looking at, and I like the card. I can't lie to you. From Holland up, I like Holland. He's a character. His fights are entertaining. If I'm talking Islam, I'm gonna give it to Islam. I think he's still very much in his prime. It's gonna be a tough fight, but I think Islam. Merab as well against Nurmagomedov. That's going to be a good one as well. People don't like wrestlers though, so it might not get the views it deserves. But I'm going to go Islam. AMSN says, Turkish, we need Kroenke out banners outside Emirates from the next home game. We cannot accept that bullshit anymore. Had enough. Kroenke out. It's going to slowly but surely emerge. Like I said, why is it always changing back to some default thing? What? Where's the chat? Where's the comments? Because I don't understand why it's doing this. There we are. Classic. Nah. Minimal box stuff. Block. Yeah, we like that. On this, I mentioned it the other day. I mean, pressure needs to go towards the owners, but obviously the manager will always take the pressure first, especially when you say best owners, especially when you are the one that are telling us the bullshit. That's what Wenger chose to do. At one point, Wenger's a very smart man. At one point, there definitely came a crossroads for Wenger where he clocked, if I continue here, the fans are going to continue turning because I cannot deliver what they want us to deliver now because of them. but this contract is nice. So I've got a choice to make. And he made the choice to take the contract, and the bullshit comes out of his mouth. Whatever bullshit comes down from the owners, it comes out of his mouth. Now, this season, Arteta's taken on that mantle. Surprise, surprise, comes with a £15 million contract. Ask yourself this: why has Arteta now in the last 5-6 months come out with many quotes that contradict some of what he's done and some of what he's said in the past 3-4 years? How does that make sense? Explain to me what changed. What big moment happened? The contract happened. So as much as, yes, it's the owners. It's without a shadow of a doubt these owners, right? It comes a point when a manager takes enough on himself or says enough himself that even I turn around and say, well, there's nothing we can do here, because look what happened to Wenger. Wenger had credit in the bank, an absolute legend, the GOAT for Arsenal. Look what happened to him. People still couldn't see past him to the main man or the main men that are causing the rot. So they're not going to do it with Mikel, that's for sure. He doesn't have the credit or the clout or the history with us. Hybrid Ultra says, indirectly calling Kroenke's out in press conference. He goes trophyless, he should leave, but I'm not letting Mikel Arteta in at conversations distract me. Kroenke's our main culprits. Ask yourself, do you trust Kroenke to competently replace? Well, they're not. They're always going to go for someone that they want to be able to control to a certain extent. But I agree with everything here. Obviously, I haven't read the press conference yet, so I can't agree with the indirectly calling Kroenke out. But like I said, I've heard comments, read comments. I'm going to get into it after these super chats. So maybe Hybrid Ultra, you don't have to send another super chat, but maybe let me know what quote gives you the feeling he's calling the Kroenkes out. Because I try and be fair. I hope people, the majority, know. But when things are going well, I'm happy. I'm backing it. When things ain't going well, I'm not too happy. Not to say I'm not backing it. I'm definitely not backing the situation in attack and some of the things he's saying about it. But in general, I fear what might happen Sunday if we lose to Man United. I fear what might happen Monday. Nothing's going to happen to Mikel. I mean, amongst us, the feeling, the aura, the atmosphere. I don't want that. So let me know how he's calling out the Kroenkes, Hybrid Ultra. In fact, because I'm on the super chat section, I need to kind of bring it. I need to kind of keep an eye out. Crazy that City get Marmouche with no competition. Is that official? And how much is it in the end? Because I heard 50 initially, then I'm hearing 80 in the end. But if Liverpool get Kvara, that would be a madness. Well, they're the first ones linked from this side of the pond. Obviously, a couple other clubs have been linked, but we'll see. San Dennis Suarez. Haha. I get it. Fan since 86. I've checked out now. Had enough. Godson 82. What an album. What an album. I know that's not the Godson album cover, by the way. That's Illmatic, but Godson is also a underrated Nas album. Underrated. New channel name, Chef's Kish. That's actually I might have to, you know what? That might be the show name. Hope you and the little star boy Z are doing well. I'll be big up, man. LFC brother, come on, my bro. Always showing love, man. Always showing love. Living life as well, man. Top of the league, top of Champions League, linked to some hot property in Kvaratskhelia. I mean, what more do you want? Jay said, always wanted to ask over the years, do you ever wonder what Xhaka DM'd you that he had to delete? P.S. Kroenkes have pulled the wool over our eyes. Do I wonder? I always wonder. Like, when it comes up, I always wonder. If I think about it, I always wonder. It would have been so interesting for me to have seen it. And I'm not one to have seen it and then jumped online from Xhaka's message. It would have strictly been because I assume he wasn't happy. I assume that at the very least. So I always wonder what he said. I'm not going to lie to you. Funnily enough, when he won the league with Leverkusen, because from when he messaged me and then deleted it, that meant that my reply to him saying, yo, like, don't delete it, message it back to me, it won't go anywhere. He's seen it. So on Insta tells you it's seen. So I knew that the message went through basically. So when he won the league, with Leverkusen, I actually messaged it again and said, "All right, well done to you, man. Well done. You had a good last season at Arsenal, and you moved on and you've won a league now." And he replied back saying love or something, or thank you, or some shit like that. So on a personal level, it was a happy ending. I wanted him gone. Don't think he was good enough. He had a good last season, and then he moved on and done his own thing. But yeah, I always do wonder. Like, I think when Xhaka retires or when he's getting on, I'm gonna message back. I'm gonna message again saying let's do an interview. Like, I think it'd be good if me and you did an interview. Like, considering you messaged me, maybe in that interview we talk about it, and look how it ended. You know, it ended with mutual respect. Let's call it. But yeah, he didn't reply to anything before that. By the way, he did reply to me saying, "Well done, man. You turned it around. You won something." So all good. Bo said, Turkish bro, I watched the 89 documentary to make myself feel a bit proud again about this club. We're truly becoming history FC. Sad, sad times. I'm from 93, by the way. Listen, football is swings and roundabouts. But I'm telling you, this is a big, big roundabout. You know that, I don't know where people are tuning in from, but when I was a kid, I used to hear, was it a movie or something? I don't know. You go round and round about 10 times, you go into a black hole or something. I don't know what the thing is. But it just feels like that's where we are. We've gone round and round about so many times that we're in limbo. But yeah. 20 days to go. 20 days to go. Faisal says, Turkish question. If we don't win anything, can we even push on again? Fourth attempt. Saka, Saliba, etc. Even Isak type look and think we can't. I don't believe, you hear like, why would Isak join us? You hear them kind of think. That is absolute nonsense from people. Absolute nonsense. Because yes, we're short. Yes, we've regressed. But a player like Isak or a player like Gyökeres or these top guys like on the market right now, they should always look at the situation like, I'm gonna be that piece to get them over, and then I am the man of that team per se. Because that striker that comes in, bags the goals, and we win something. As much as Saliba's, it's like the good old days. So Campbell, Adams, Colo, Martin, Keown, Steve Bold, all of these men didn't get the credit. Sorry, didn't get the credit that Henri, Bergkamp, even Vieira, Perez, Ljungberg would get. That's just part and parcel of it. So I don't think that would be a problem. But the pushing on again is not without at least 3 top additions to that attack in the next 6 months. That means 1 or 2 now and 1 or 2 in the summer. That's how it should be. Still be shrewd about one of them, but the other one, just break that release clause. Black Star 131 says, you guys thought I was joking when I said Turkish's Crocs might be our only Jan sign, and I need to buy some new Crocs, On that note, let me fucking write that down, man. Love for that. I keep forgetting. Big up Lee, always, my bro. Big up Turkish. Calm heads like you, and I saw this coming. Oh, sorry. Let me start that again, man. Lee, sorry. Calm head like you, and I saw this coming. I feel like I got to say pause there. But people might say that's childish, but hey, so it's fun and games. We said after the window, they're content now. They have Champions League money. Get rid of the stupid Kroenke mural because we haven't won shit. Soon come. I tell you that much. Soon come. No more needs to be said on that. HW says, I'll be real. The Kroenke blame needs to be capped. 729 mil is enough to buy a front line of at least 2-3 world-class players. Arteta has wasted funds on unnecessary buys. Too much faith in poor players. Give and take. Why does one come with the other? 729 million over 5 years per window is not comparatively insane money. we've still spent less than a few clubs in the league. It's just that our net spend is the highest or second highest because our failure to sell. But this net spend bollocks is just whatever. How much did you spend? That was it. Break that down per window. It, and I'm not saying he hasn't had enough, because he's had enough to do better than this in his 5th year, because there are signings littered throughout, probably more than not, where you look at and say, did he improve us? Was he worth it? Did that work? Yeah, I agree with that. But 700, we cannot completely leave them out and say 729 million over 5 years is fine, considering how much they was trying to save off of us for the 12 years before that. So you think all of a sudden you've bought the club, be excited, we're going to start spending like the rest of the clubs, and that's going to get us from where you brought us to where we should be. That's why there's a balance between, I've had to, and I will still remain giving credit to Arteta for turning around what we was, focusing on the things that mattered, and essentially getting back to a standard of, at the very least, us fans expecting a title, a challenge, major trophies back on the cards. So it's a balance. Arteta's got a lot of blame. Kroenke's ultimately got the most blame. This ain't me protecting Arteta, because I'm not, but I'm letting people know that the Kroenkes are, like the super chat said earlier, Kroenkes will always look for a guy that will take the hit. Wenger did it. Arteta's now done it. I'm sure their next endeavor will be to, when the time comes, to find the next one that will take that hit. Who knows, though? They might, fall upon a gem, like Liverpool did with Klopp. Because Liverpool owners ain't great, but they got a manager that, albeit coming up against a juggernaut, still managed to win a lot of trophies over his time. Conrad said, I think it's possible they're waiting in the background for a discount Rashford deal. That's the opportunity for 20 million he could be talking about. Who's talking about 20 mil? Did Arteta mention? I doubt it. Arteta wouldn't mention a fee in the press conference. Sahel says, referees are targeting Arsenal. Referees are just shit, brother. They're just shit. Look at Tottenham the other day, that handball, Joe Linton. Or then look at the Bergvall. Just in general shit. Liverpool last year. Arsenal have had rare cases I've never seen before moments, but so have other teams and other leagues in general. I know this one in particular is particularly poor, but it's not an Arsenal vendetta. There will be some referees that absolutely hate Arsenal for sure, but there'll be some that absolutely hate Liverpool. We know there was one at the very least in David Coote. They're all going to be like that in some way, shape, or form. So I'm not saying that some wouldn't have some sort of bias, especially with the way our fans are. Let's take that. I'm not saying they don't deserve to take the hit when they do make mistakes, but let's just say again, if I put myself in the referee's shoes, I've fucked up. I'm getting abused by the fans, well over the top. Things get said or things get done that shouldn't, considering it is a sport, it's a game. There's going to be a certain level of fuck these, man. If you're that sort of character, if you're not that sort of character, then you'll probably end up leaving the job because you ain't got the balls for it. Because it does take a lot of balls. I'm not gonna lie. I have to give them that they make mistakes so brazenly. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. If I'm honest, it's confidence. They do it so chest out, but they definitely don't have a vendetta. Declan Rice, Red Martinelli sent off Saliba off Trossard, the Pen Brighton. Kai disallowed goal against Liverpool. Why? Yeah, Kai's one against Liverpool. Nonsense. Saliba off was a red card. Trossard, nonsense for me. The Brighton Pen. The Brighton Pen for me, again, I wouldn't say that's a disgrace, if I'm honest. So Declan Rice, yeah. Trossard, yeah. Martinelli was that the 2 yellows, that one, yeah. But like I said, Wolves could probably pull 3-4 out from the last 12 months as well. So yeah, it's a league problem more than it is a club problem. BY says, I'm a Liverpool fan, but I don't understand why everybody's going nuts about us linked to the winger from Napoli. We can't even sign our own players. You lot are in a, I won't say difficult one. Look at where you are in terms of performance and leagues, but that's something that highlights, you know, your owners and some of the deficiencies that have been hidden by Klopp. And to be honest with you, now Slot coming in and doing so well, hitting the ground running. I'd say that's that those three players are issues that have bled in from years gone past. But you know, imagine B-Wise. I'm looking at it as an Arsenal fan. We're absolutely bleeding on that left-hand side, bro. We're just leaking, bro. It's over and out. And there's wingers available, and another one pops up, and guess what? The club that are 6 points above you with a game in hand are interested. The club that are on top of the Champions League group that are also from the Premier League are interested. It is kind of like, what's this club on? What's this club on? But yours might be a case of one big name in now because one big name's off in the summer. And that, we've also seen that. I saw us sign Podolski, Cazorla, and then let Van Persie go a few weeks later. So, yeah, weird. But at this moment in time, be wise as a Liverpool fan, I don't think you can complain. Red Dust said, I have a problem with the club's attitude toward the fan base. It's like they don't fancy the noise. As soon as the game's finished, we're supposed to shut it and keep buying new merch, feeding on the hopes and dreams of this fan base, but can't deliver. Bro, we are their customer base. And what these owners have done essentially, and I can only talk about our own, but it's very relevant for a lot of clubs. Listen, football clubs were built off of real local love and years and years of commitment and, you know, working class and all of this stuff. Yeah. It wasn't built like Apple, and it wasn't built like Nike, or it wasn't built like, just name another brand out there in another market. It wasn't built like these brands, because it's not a brand, it's a football club that slowly but surely in the 21st century, 90s, 2000s, slowly became an opportunity for businessmen. You know, they looked at him for, oh, the eyes are, you know, they're looking, they're loving, they're supporting. Bear in mind, these men don't have a clue about soccer or football, wherever they're from. Yeah. They care about the eyes, the ears, and bottom line, money, right? They've gone and taken the club and bought it, and slowly but surely got us to a point where someone like me, who can tell key differences in I'm supporting and very supportive of my club. I'm not supportive of the business, the brand, because they've taken it and that's what they care about. I ain't trying to care what they care about, if I'm honest with you. I'm trying to care about what Arsenal were built on. Yeah. And it's a good thing that football grew from, or football teams and league grew from local love to global love. That's a good thing. I'm not saying for one moment that's not a good thing. But just know that over that time, it's been like everything in the world, exploited by the rich. And more often than not, the rich are wankers. Let's be serious here. The high percentage of the rich wankers. And we're talking rich here. We're talking billions. So these men all come in, buy up clubs, you know, they get invested. And in 2024, 2025 now, I can't explain to people the difference between supporting the club and supporting the business, because people are just so far gone in the brand. You could put Arsenal and compare to Apple and compare it to Nike, like I said, another brand, because it's a brand that's been formed out of the football club. That's what doesn't sit well with me. That they've completely exploited. And me also being part of that local love initially in the 90s, to seeing a good thing happen in terms of global, more money, more kids playing football, more options, more opportunity, great thing, to get exploited by people that don't give a shit. Another thing, the people, by the people, I mean the people. Another thing the people love, that the rich have come and taken and put along in their portfolio with everything else and said, yep, how do we make more money? I heard he's linking us all up with his other sports teams or some shit like that. Well, obviously, the bottom line of that move is money. We're on the same boat. We're not getting anyone. You will see. Okay, so Liverpool might not get anyone, but you're in the best position of the lot. So yeah, Highbury Ultra also added, Kroenke defenders say he's been given 700 mil. That is the bare minimum, especially when we had to spend that to catch up after being neglected for a decade. I didn't see this one earlier. Highbury Ultra, and I said exactly those words maybe about 20 minutes ago, if that. Completely agree. Dial Square says money spent argument only works if you put us in a vacuum. Compared to all the top six, City, United, Chelsea, Spurs, all spent more in 5 years. Don't forget the team he walked into. Kroenke or KSC haven't spent outwardly. 100%. I mean, Dial Square, I'm assuming you know that as a fact. At the time I said it, I don't know off the top of my head, but what, all of them teams have spent more. So we are fifth, yeah, behind City, United, Chelsea, Spurs in the last 5 years I've spent. But obviously, the way it gets twisted is net spend. We've been shit at selling, and that brings us up the list. Oh, look at Arsenal up there behind Chelsea or whatever it is. A question, Alex, UK, nutritious, limited. Interesting. A question, should fans turn against Wenger? Because if you had Wenger now, do you believe Arsenal would have won the league? No. You're going way back, brother. That had to be done. That had to be done. Imagine when Wenger went another 6 years without, like, at a certain point, you need a refreshment. You need an injection of satin, So it's not a case of be careful what you wish for then. It's not a case of be careful what you wish for now. The situation's in isolation. Wenger needed to go. And we are far better on and off the pitch now than we was, or far better placed on and off the pitch now than we was on the Wenger, because people can't forget we won like 4 FA Cups in Wenger's last 7 years, or 3 FA Cups in Wenger's last 4 years, 5 years, something like that. So that argument there is separate to better placed. By better placed, I mean them times there was no hope going into seasons in terms of the majors. Now we've got hope, but we haven't won any trophies. So the Wenger thing had to happen. He was too far gone. Conrad said, there's a rumor United could sell Rashford for 20. Sorry, I wasn't clear, but I don't think it's not a good idea, bro. You ain't even got to think. It's not a good idea, bro. Do you know what I'll do if I see Rashford, Havertz, and Sterling start? I will really do that Chef's Kiss channel if that happens. Rashford, Havertz, and Sterling in 2025. I won't have a camera left or mic. Fuck a lisp. Fuck a lisp. Actually makes me sick. Big up Aura as well. Denver Nuggets have 100 million plus wage bill per year. We only have 3 million a year, and people saying we don't have the funds or wages. Kroenke needs to be read. You must have that wrong a little bit, though. 100% you got that wrong. Or 3 million a year, bro. Havertz is on 275 a week. That's 550 a fortnight. That's 1.1 M's a month. Am I doing correct maths here? It's been a long time since. I'm not bad at maths, but is that correct maths? 275, 550, 1.1. That's right, isn't it? 3 million per week. Okay, that's what the chat's saying. 3 million per week. Which brings it up to roughly the same. Why always me says Louise on loan. Oh, I was having flashbacks, bro. I was having flashbacks. When you said Luiz, I thought, is this guy taking the piss? He wants to bring David Luiz back. Has his restaurant reopened or something? I don't understand. But you mean Douglas. So Luiz on loan, I agree. Pick up by always me as well. Osimhen, Kvara, or Lookman, Sane, even I would take James Rodriguez right now. Desperate. 130 mil and plus can sell some dead wood. 80 mil max spend. I mean, I wouldn't take James Rodriguez. That will stink of Arsenal. But Red Skull saying Naipan, Norwegian. We are the only club who buys expired products. Yeah, James would be one of those. But I get the desperation. Jack as well. Actually, let me just bring it back up. Oh, sorry. Jack as well says, big up Jack, LFC fan here. These billionaires ruined the game, bro. Trying to charge up to £1,000 for a hospitality seat, not in the box for what? Hospitality seat for Accrington Stanley is up to £1,000. That is a disgrace. I can't lie to you. I loved when Klopp came into Liverpool, and one of the first things he done in the first couple of months was like, "Yo, like the ticket prices in Germany are this," and you lot, and literally 6 months later, £30 away tickets. Klopp influenced that, while Wenger came out and said, "Well, you know, we pay the highest ticket prices in Europe for the football on show," whilst we had Bellerin, Mustafi, and whoever else we had. I mean, do I need to say any more? I don't think I do. Big up Nick. Turkish need to give you flowers. Been following since AFTV and Big Six smashing it. Best thing on YouTube. Big up and keep smashing it, my bro. Nick, love, man. Love. Come on, man. Appreciate that. And listen, love for the super chat, but just love for the love in general. You know, it's just watching the shows, supporting the shows means a lot. Means a lot. Big Six has come a long way, hence why I'm trying to bring more to it. Or we are trying to bring more to it. And my channel now on 100k. I mean, you know, big up the community, man. I left you in the lurch for a little while, but I'm back and hopefully back to stay. I say hopefully, as long as I have my way, it's back to stay. And why wouldn't I have my way? It's my channel. So I'm making excuses like Mikel here. The ball flies. Big up Dylan. Turkish, hate to say it. Be more like Stan Josh. Drop some Big Six merch. Big Six. You look. If a biscuit company doesn't shout me in the next 2 days, then that whole list was for nothing, man. The whole list was for nothing. Keebler, shout me. Maryland, shout me. Foxes, shout me. McVitie, shout me. And trademark love for the love. Dylan, don't worry about all that, my bro. It's all literally, it's all in the works. But I want to remind people that as much as the Big Six and this channel, it's all like gone to mad levels. It's still just like a. Bro, did you see the last 2 match reactions? I got a lisp in them because I haven't even brought my mic out to record. So I'm using my MacBook's microphone with a camera plugged in, looking. It's all mad. So I'm still elevating, but the Big Six merches are given. Love for the love. Come on. That's you know, the people already know. Yeah. The people already know. And all just correcting himself. Sorry, I meant per week, but he has money for his basketball team. But we're always in the summer FC. And then in the summer, Profile FC. His flirting with Rashford makes me wonder, can we even trust Mikel with the kind of money we're talking about? Flirting? Has he flirted? Turk to the Big Six community in extreme. Be excited. Be excited. I was basically telling the community that for years and never delivering, but finally I can say I feel like I'm delivering. I feel like I'm delivering. But yeah, that's the super chats in. I want to quickly go to the big up as well, people. Hit that like button. 2.5k in the building. Let me quickly go to every word from Mikel Arteta's press conference before the United game. On whether it, no, I don't care about that. What he's made of Ruben Amorim, don't care about that. On the difficulty of turning a club's fortunes around mid-season. Talking about Ruben Amorim. On the profile of player he looks to recruit. Here we are. We're at the money. Let me have a sip. Let me wet the whistle, as they say in some parts of the UK. On the profile of player he looks to recruit in the January window. First of all, someone that can impact the team. Bringing in bodies doesn't help us at all. Ooh, here we are. First sentence. First sentence throws up the name Raheem Sterling. He said someone that can impact the team. Has Raheem impacted the team? Bringing in bodies doesn't help at all. Raheem Sterling is literally a body. He's literally been just a body. But now, halfway through the season, we need someone to... Okay. Silly me. It's just about somebody who can immediately impact our performance and can bring something that we don't have. Raheem the dream. Looking funny in the light. Looking really funny in the light. To find that in this market is very difficult to achieve. Usually is, Mikel. Usually is. So the excuse usually can work in some way, shape, or form. Not this one. Delicious window. Delicious. Capital S. So don't tell me this market is difficult to achieve. There's about 6 players available, all of which improve the team. And if January isn't the market to do it, and tell me why you brought in Sterling, brother. Tell me why you brought in Sterling, brother. You said it took one conversation with Sterling to know. Hello, you good? You knew. But now in January, it's hard to find a player to impact the team, not another body. People need to understand. I've seen this all before. I've heard this all before with Wenger. You know, so as early as it may be for me to be picking out all of these, early, 21 years, 5.5 years, or 6 since Be Excited, early. Ain't early. It's late. Far too late. But we'll move on. Next question, on how he'll get more out of the players to improve our cutting edge. I'm probably going to read a sentence or two. I'll probably see internal solutions somewhere, and we might wrap up the stream. He answered, if you look at a sample of a game or 2 or 3, that's a very small sample. You cannot use that. We don't use any short samples because they don't correlate to team performance when you look at a... The fuck is this guy talking about, bro? What's he saying? That one's thrown me off, man. I know he's saying something, but he's saying nothing. On whether there are discussions about recruitment. Who asked this? Knight that person. Knight that person. Because these journalists, they're as bad as the refs. We always have discussions, said Arteta, with the ones above about how we can improve the team, whether the market is open or closed. Oh, shit. So you're always talking about the market, but it was Calafiori, Marino, and deadline day Raheem. You're always talking about the market, but it's 10th of January. There's wingers galore. There's strikers galore. Delicious. But they're talking, people. Just know that they talk. They talk often. Whether the window's open or closed, don't you worry. They're talking. They're talking. You have to plan for what the necessities are right now and what they could be in a month. Guess what? The necessities right now, striker, winger. Guess what? The necessities last month, striker, winger. Guess what? The necessities 6 months ago, striker, winger. Guess what? The necessity 18 months ago, striker, 8. Guess what we need right now? Striker, winger, and 8. Was Calafiori... Scan the QR code. Link in the description. Link in the live chat right now. And there's a link in the pinned comment section if you're watching this after. Was Calafiori a necessity? I'm about to stand up and start doing content, bro. I'm about to stand up because... let me know, because the people will say I'm unhinged. I've seen that one recently. Unhinged. You know, a certain time you're talking facts and they don't want to focus on the words. Let's focus on the actions. Unhinged. Reload that sentence. We always have discussions with the ones above about how we can improve the team, whether the market is open or closed, because you have to plan for what the necessities are right now and what they could be in a month. Those discussions are always open, people, always open 24/7, like a Turkish off license, bro. You can go there anytime. You can get your gazoz, Red Bull, fags, mags, whatever you need. Whatever you need, you can go grab that. 24/7 Turkish off license. But guess what? Guess what? That means you need to move. Can't just talk about it. You need to move. Man said to go for necessities, and we bought Calafiori. Oh, creme de la creme of a question. Creme de la creme of a question on if a forward is a priority area. Forget the other guy. Knight this one. Knight this one. On if a forward is a priority area. The first word is no. I actually want to find this press conference video and actually watch him say no, because he must be smiling. He must be smiling when he says no, because if not, then he's been drama school. Because how can you answer no? But that's what he's done. A man has asked you if a forward is a priority area, right? No. The circumstances change because we have certain injuries for some big players. So it's always a possibility. What the fuck is this guy saying? I don't like being confused by sentences, because that means the deliverer of that sentence is taking the piss. It's a simple question. No, the circumstances change because we have certain injuries for some big players. So it's always a possibility, but always it's about somebody that is really going to make us much better. Oh, just... No, the circumstances change because we have certain injuries for some big players. So it's always a possibility, but always it's about somebody that is really going to make us much better. No, the circumstances change because we have certain injuries for some big players. So it's always a possibility, but always it's about somebody that is really going to make us much better. I'm trying to say it in different ways, people, so I can understand what this sentence means. And I don't understand. The guy just asked you is forward a priority, and he talked about certain injuries, big players, always a possibility, always about somebody make us much better. And then they went and asked him about the ball again because of his rubbish answer the other day. Man, just... Okay, no more red shirt. Okay. Great campaign, by the way. Great campaign. I lost a good friend to knife crime. Well, a few years ago now, but it's still as relevant as ever. So the campaign itself, I support it. London has a big problem. Well, to be honest, the UK has a big problem. I don't even know. I'm just closing this press conference, man. Every word is... We're losing him, people. He's losing it. We're losing him. We've lost it. All we can do is move. All we can do is move. Sorry, I'm back on the screen now. I see 2 super chats there. I'm gonna get them in. We've passed an hour, so hit that like button, people. How come you joined the Big Six? I think Or's messaged you already. That's Big Six. You become a member, and then you're in the Discord. You message Or, he sorts it out through ball. You have a trial. You live up to standards at that trial, and I say standards. The standards are quite low at the moment. Then, yeah, you're in or you're out. Your channel says love music, favorite songs. Favorite songs. This is a video in itself. I've got so many. I mean, I'm mainly hip hop, rap, grime. That's the era I come from. But over the years, I mean, I've listened to very different genres, very different artists. There's a couple of rock classics in there, couple pop classics. Don't mind a bit of Adele. Used to like Gene Aiko. Black, spelt with a 6. He had a nice run. We're talking about the rock. Nirvana's got that banger, or couple. They've got a few bangers. We're talking hip hop. I mean, Nas, Jay-Z early on, Tupac, Eminem, Styles P early on. In terms of tracks, that's a difficult question. Tracks is very. I don't want to say tracks and then regret it, because this takes some thorough thought. But yeah, Den's a vibe, bro. You know, certain people need to remain heartbroken, yeah. And Black and Gene Aiko, or Janae Aiko, however you say her name, them two need to be heartbroken. They need. Gene Aiko has fallen off since Big Sean wrapped her up and they became a thing. She ain't been the same. Black's run was good. He must have fallen in love, Black. Because this is what happens. Their music, their runs was heartbreak music. Max B. Don't natural. How can I forget? I forget because, bro, we're waiting for him. He said this year now. I've heard this year for the last 7-8 years. Nipsey, 100. Nipsey's one of my favorite. I think since, like, when would I say hip hop? My version of hip hop fell off. I'd say 08, 09. 08, 09. Roughly around that time, my version. I'd say since that era, Nipsey's the best for me. I know Kendrick's up there. People will put Drake up there. I know people might put J. Cole up there. People might put Fugger or whoever. For me, Nipsey. Different gravy. Big Sean needs to just If Big Sean leaves Gene Aiko, we are getting an absolute classic. If that relationship don't work out, I'm buying that album. Physical form. I ain't even got a CD player. I'm gonna buy that album because I know that is heat. If Big Sean, what am I saying here? I'm just saying. I know what I'm saying. But we move. Oh shit! Couple more super chats have come in. Disaster week incoming Turkish. Just watch. You could say we're already in one at this moment. Brighton and then Newcastle. The part about limitations, that's indirects. I mean, I would go back to read it, but I've locked the whole page off. But I'm gonna go back and reread it again. But you know, I mean, when your praise is as loud as best owners I've worked with, your shots can't be as small as the word limitation. Do you get? I'm not saying he has to come out and leave it all, but I think you might have said it or someone said it. If you're not getting what you want, leave at the end of the season then. Because you said we all knew we was light going into this season. So you signed your contract knowing we was light in your 5th year when the pressure's on. I'm sorry. Any indirects now? Yeah, I ain't here for indirects. Be direct, be decisive. If you care more about your reputation, do what needs to be done. I'd respect you more for it. I actually thought that's what he was holding out for when, you know, the contract wasn't signed prior to the season starting. But lo and behold, he signs. Lo and behold, best owners he's worked with. Lo and behold, excuses, excuses, excuses. How's my knee? It's not recent surgery now. I mean, I had 2 ops, one in 2019 and one in 2023. Yeah, 2 ops in 4 years. How's my knees? Can't really play football no more, bro, if I'm honest with you. But I do swimming. It's all right. It's a shame I can't really play football like I used to. But it's not just my knee letting me down. Older. Haven't maybe looked after myself in the best of ways physically. And also, actually, pollen doesn't really help either, if I'm honest with you. But hey, doesn't impact swimming. I can swim for days. Same for me, Nipsey. King. Hustle in the house. Come on. Hustle in the house. All right, we're going to wrap it up there, people. As always, love for the love. As always, make sure you're subscribed, hit that like button, and, you know, show Proton some love, people. I'm sure I'll be back again real soon. Match reaction from Man United game will be out here. I'm going to the game, so give me a bit. Once the stadium empties, I'll get my match reaction done. Audio will probably be choppy. You might get a lisp. Who knows? But just know 7 sizzling sausages on a saucepan and Sarah cooking it. How many S's you want, people? I ain't got a lisp, but on Sunday, I might. We'll see. Biscuit Company shout me. I'm on my way. Love for the love. I'm out. Peace.